There we go. We are live. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It is now Wednesday, November 25th. Wow, crazy. 1 month to go till Christmas. Or, listen, there's Hanukkah. There's all kinds of holidays going on all around the same time. There's Kwanzaa. I bet you there's a whole bunch that I don't even know. Ramadan, I think, is later on. Anyway, listen, bottom line is we're coming up to the holiday season, which is super important. Now is the time that we want to make sure we stay healthy, right? Keep our immune system up by staying active and also do the right things. We know that COVID is still around. Let's make sure we social distance, mask up, wash our hands. Very basic stuff, guys, but you can do it so this way you can celebrate. You may have to sacrifice a little bit this year in order to celebrate huge for years to come. All right, so we're going to do our chair stretches today. It's a nice snowy day outside. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm feeling very festive. I got my classical Christmas music going on over here. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to go bottom up today, right? Because, we change it up once in a while, either bottom up, down, whatever it is. Whenever you're doing the stretches, it doesn't always matter the order of which you do things. However, there are some that do matter, okay? Because the body is very connected, there are certain parts of the body that do matter, okay? So when we get to the level, as we come up from the feet, and we get up into this back section, this lower back section, we're going to talk a little bit about how it's connected and how you should change the order of this section here prior to moving the rest of the way up. Okay? So, again, we're starting at the bottom. So I know it's throwing everybody off. Let's make sure we're hydrated. Right? So I got my coffee. I don't know if you can see that, but as it heats up, the little Christmas balls light up. That's, I'm sure it means it's full of way too many chemicals, so I probably shouldn't be drinking out of that cup, but boy, is it fun. All right. I always need the water. Always need the water. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with the ankles. Okay, we're going to do ankle circles. Now, we're going to keep we did the heel pin standing up yesterday. We're going to keep the toe pin today, okay? And we're going to make nice, big, wide circles, right? Big effort circles. There we go. And we'll just do 5 big ones. And we'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you look, guys, my knee is a little bit bent. I'm so damn tall, I keep kicking that thing. And I'm not doing it this way, okay? And why am I not doing it with my leg completely straight? Because that limits my mobility when I do the upper portion. I want to have my knee bent. So as you can see, my knee's going up and down. My knee's moving, which just gives that extra range of motion to get those big circles going. Right? So I can straighten out, you see. That's what you want. And 5 in the other way. And if you notice, guys, your circles are getting way better. It's fantastic. 4 and 5. Nice. That's it. Ankle circles, done. All right. So the calves, guys, the calves are really hard to stretch while you're sitting down. There is a way for you to sit and kind of press your heel down, but I would prefer, if you're going to do it, get up and do these up against the wall somewhere. We're going to skip them for today because you already know how to do them, right? But they're better standing up. They're a little bit complicated sitting down. You got to kind of get your feet underneath you. And some people that cause some knee issues. So we'll just skip that for today. Okay, you know how to do the calf stretch. Now we're going to work on the hamstring though. Okay, the high waisted leg, very important. You know this. So here's what we're going to do. Back straight, heel up. Now remember, the back is straight because you want to pull on the back end of this hamstring and not just have all the tension down by the knee. So you want to have that back nice and straight. You're sitting up. Now you're not pulling, don't pull too much towards don't pull your toe up as hard as you can because you can put tension on the knee. Just make sure it's on the heel, right? And now we're sitting up straight, and now we lean forward, and we're going to stretch out that, and you're going to feel that numbness shoot all the way down your leg. And that's okay. It's because there's a lot of nerves that run through the hamstring. That sciatic nerve pain, this is what you need. If you did this every day, your sciatic nerve pain would be none. Maybe once in a while, but no, pretty much never happen. There we go. Good. And back. Other side. Back straight. Make sure you feel that tension from the top and the bottom. Right? And guys, if you, let's say you give it a shot and you're like, oh, I'm feeling a lot around the knee. No problem. Sit back up. Reset. Okay. Focus. Stay in the moment. Move forward. Good. Now, remember, we relax into the stretch. We release that stretch reflex. Good. And done. And back. That's it. Just like that. You guys doing great. Doing great. Absolutely. All right. So here we're going to do a small quad stretch, which can be done when you're sitting down. Okay. But you, again, it's one of these ones where you got to get your foot back like so. So just make sure if you're doing it, you're on a chair that's very, very stable, right? Use a towel if you need it. And if you can't do it, guys, if it's here, let's say you're in your office and your office chair has wheels and you're gonna be flying off onto the floor, don't do it, right? You do what you can when you can. Maybe you're not flexible enough to do this, but we have to give options because there's a lot of people watching, right? So for those of you who can do it or are in a position to do it, no problem. This is what you do, right? But for those of you who can't, don't feel bad, right? You're just in a situation that's not convenient right now. You'll get to do these quad stretches when you're in a better position, whether you're standing up or you get a new chair. If you notice, I got a comically small bar stool for that reason. No, when I started doing these, I had a bigger chair. But I found the chair was in the way all the time. I'd have to turn, I'd have to slide back and forth. I couldn't just do a stretch. So I got a smaller stool, which allows me just that motion. So maybe that's an option for you. I mean, this is IKEA for like 20 bucks, really. Not that I'm sponsored by IKEA or anything. IKEA. Okay. Cool. All right. So now we're going to work on the glutes, guys. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to cross your legs and your back straight, always with the back straight. And you're going to feel tension running right here. And that is your glute, your gluteus maximus. It's connected to the lower back here and it runs all the way down. So you should be feeling it from here to here, okay? So with your back straight, your leg across, right? So you're as if you're just sitting at a table. And then keeping your back straight, you gotta lean forward to deepen that stretch. Don't bend, because I'll disengage. Back straight, lean forward. There we go. Now you have that tension. Now, remember, deep breath. We relax into that stretch. Now, I realize it's hard sometimes because in order to hold the pose, we have to pull ourselves into that position. And then we have to hold that position. So maybe your arm is tense while you're trying to relax the muscle that you're stretching. I get that it's hard. I get it. But sometimes by paying attention, and that's why you want to, often I close my eyes, right? You want to make sure you're feeling the muscles properly. Okay, here we go. Think about what you're stretching. Well, is your back straight? Yeah, I knew it. All right, keep that back straight. All right, and pay attention and feel where that stretch is. Kind of think about it. Focus on it. Good. Now try to relax that muscle that's tense. Nice. You have the ability. You just need to concentrate and be in the moment. Right? And that's why stretching and yoga and things like that are very much, and Tai Chi especially, Tai Chi is great, is very much focused on staying calm. So you have that connection. Right? You don't have time to think about the dishes and the laundry and the traffic. You have to stay focused and pay attention to the muscles you're working. All right? So now we're going to work out the back. Again, we talked about how this is connected. You could do, one of the things we're going to do is a lumbar stretch. And then we're going to do our snake charmers, right? Which is our mobility exercise side to side. We're going to do the side to side ones first. So I know as we come down, you see we do these first and then we do the lumbars. We're not doing it completely in reverse. You can't just automatically do it in reverse. You got to know how things are connected. So we want to get the mobility this way before we stretch it out lengthwise, because I'll explain to you as we do it. All right, so first, elbows up, right? Remember, elbows down, pulls the shoulders forward, makes your back round. Get the elbows up, nice and straight. Keeping the core nice and solid. And we're going to turn slowly to one side. And you're going to get to a point. Now, thankfully, the chair is going to keep your hips from rotating. But you can get to a point where you would have to force yourself to keep going. That's your spot. You stop there. Deep breath. Nice. That's it. Just like that. Now we go the other way. Right? We stop in the middle. Go back the other way. Hold it there. And remember, guys, there's 7 billion people in the world. No two are the same. So don't think that just because I'm going a certain distance, you have to make it that far. You can stop here if that's your spot. You're going to feel it, right? Your body's going to turn freely, and you get to a point that just resists. And for you to go any further, you would have to really uncomfortably force yourself. Well, you don't do that. You stop where you feel that resistance. That's your spot. And then as you do more and more and more, your spot increases, right? So we're not born, well, we are born, sorry. We are born flexible, but our bones fuse, our tissue tightens as we get older. And I don't mean 50s and 60s, guys, right? Once you hit basically 25 is when you stop growing, right? You're out of the growth stages of your body. Some people, it finishes earlier. Some people, it goes all the way to about 25. That's your maximum, right? Then once you've finished growing, the rest is to solidify. You start stiffening up. So right away, we should be doing this in our 20s in order to prevent when we get into our 30s and into our 40s. That's the time to do it, is when you're still able to do it, right? Now, we're going to work on the lumbar. Now, why did we do the twists before the lumbar? Here's the reason. The twists require a lot of abdominal muscles, okay? But while you're doing that, if you look at my spine, I'll do a little spin. If you look at my spine, there is some minor rotation in the spine. I don't want the muscles in the back to be so relaxed that they have trouble holding that spinal position and could eventually cause a little bit of pain, right? Stretching can fatigue muscles. Remember that. So here we go. Now we're going to work on the lumbar. Sit up nice and straight. Back nice and straight, right? Good. Now you're going to lean forward. You put your elbows on your knees, and if you look, my back is still straight, okay? And now we'll release that back and let ourselves just run down our knees. You can have your hands on the inside if you want. I prefer just to let my body relax. My arms will go in the direction they're going, you know? And we relax into that stretch. You're not bouncing, you're not pushing. You're letting it all go. Good. Now, arms up here. Good. Lift those shoulders up, and then we sit. And the reason we lift the shoulders up, we don't want the stretched out muscle to do all the work to pull you back up, right? We want to let the muscles go back to where they're supposed to be, then they can do the work, right? Perfect. All right, for another one, let's do another one. Here we go. All right, nice, looking good. You got it. And down we go. And we relax. Deep breath. Now, you ready? Good. Now back up, split the shoulders, and up. And you know, guys, there's always this, they always say you got to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, right? But then you have a stuffy nose. Listen, breathing is breathing. What's important is that you take a deep breath, you bring it into your lungs, and you expand the lungs. And then you breathe out slowly, right? So you don't go. That's not how you recover your breath, right? If you're really tired, you try to take deep breaths, get a lot of that oxygen. Why they tell you to do it through the nose? Doctors do it because they just want to make sure all the things are working properly, right? But if your nose is blocked, Can't do it. So breathe through your mouth. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we're doing great. Okay, we're already up to the shoulders. So we're going to do our shoulder rolls. Then we're going to do some chest openers into our angels. Yeah, you guys got it. We're almost done. We're going to do a little pencil stretch in the chair, and then we're going to throw in a bonus hip stretch. Okay, here we go. So shoulder rolls. Go forward. Remember, guys, big rolls. Don't worry about your arms. Nobody knows what to do with their arms. You just got to stay relaxed, out of the way is what's important. Now the other way. Oh, did you hear that one? That was a good crack. Right? I have some tightness up there. So I get that crackling sound. That's the same sound. If you ever have a masseuse, as they dig into those areas, especially up here, you can hear all that popping. I say, oh, that's bad. What is that? What it is, guys. So all of your muscles are strands, right? They're like tissues that run in lines like this. And when they get caught up, they kind of mangle up when you're tense. And that's what those knots are that they talk about. And what you are is that sound you're hearing is them kind of popping back into place, right? So similar to a guitar string, right? You pull it out and you let go and bam, it makes that sound. Same idea, right? How are those sound effects today? Good? Oh, yeah. All right, and back the other way. There we go, 5 the other way. Good, great, good job. All right, now we're gonna do our chest openers. Now, this is gonna be our angel, okay? So we're gonna do a snow angel. So let's do the Rio de Janeiro thing, okay? Put the hands out here, good. Back straight, back always straight. And you're going to bring the arms back as far as they can go comfortably. And we're gonna slowly, and you're gonna feel as you're doing it, it's stretching right up in here, okay? And we're gonna reach out. We're gonna reach up. Good. Let's get to the top. Come down slow again. Remember, guys, you're reaching back and you're reaching out. Good. Let's do one more like that. You're saying, why a chest opener? Because remember, we were just talking about breathing. Tightness in the chest can actually make it hard to breathe. Now, tightness in the chest does not mean that you have these huge Hulk Hogan pectorals, right? You don't have to have huge chest muscles to have tightness in the chest, right? The tissue is there regardless. It can still be tight, all right? So we want to make sure that's open and able to breathe. All right, so we're going to do a pencil stretch, okay? So we're going to sit properly. Since your legs are not engaged in this, you can have them sort of comfortable if you like. I tend to like to have them come together, only because it kind of makes me feel that whole thin pencil concept, right? And we're going to have our hands, remember, hands neutral. This is prone, this is supinated, this is neutral. We're going neutral. Okay, here we go. Straight up. Good. Nice. And we're going to reach for that ceiling. And down. Very good. We'll do one more. And then we're going to go into the bonus hip stretches. Okay, here we go. Up, 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 up. Nice. Good job. And down. Nice. All right, guys. So the next thing we're going to do for the hips, very easy. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to bring your feet in as close to your body as you can. If you notice I go up on my toes, right? Because it allows me to get them even closer. Right? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to open your hips. And you're going to relax. You're going to feel the resistance here, okay? And you feel it try to fight against you. I want you to just hold it there and relax, right? And let that tension go. And as you do, these are going to open up a little bit more. Now, we're here, we're relaxed, we're no longer feeling the tension in there. If you still feel the tension, you got to still, don't do what we're about to do, okay? You want to make sure that you're relaxed and that tension you're feeling is gone. You don't have that pain now. And all you're going to do is give a little gentle nudge on either side to stretch it out a little bit more until you feel that tension again. Nice. Perfect. Let me relax. And hold it. Right? So what's happening is you're putting yourself into the stretch reflex. Your muscles are reacting. They're saying, whoa, 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 stop, right? Now you relax, right? So now we're sending messages to the muscles saying it's okay. We're safe. You can relax. Because remember, your body is reactionary. It doesn't know that you're trying to stretch it. For all it knows, you're on the edge of a cliff. Try not to fall off, right? So here we go. Now it's nice and relaxed. Good. So now that stretch reflex is gone. So now we're just going to give it a gentle nudge. And you'll feel that stretch reflex come back as you deepen a little bit. Perfect. That's where we're stopping. And we relax. And so what that's doing is you're gently and slowly encouraging those hips to open more and more and more. So think about a door. You know, especially with the snow outside. I don't know if you I mean, we're all in Canada, so we know what it's like to snow. Remember when sometimes you'll open the door and there's a pile of snow right in front of the door and you can't push the door open? Right? For you to try to force that door open, forget it. The door is going to snap in half. What do? You keep nudging the door a little bit and it pushes snow an inch at a time until it's open enough for you to get through. Right? We're doing the same thing. We're getting to where we're supposed to go. Now we're stopped. And now we're just going to nudge. And if we nudge a little bit every day, we're going to be doing the splits in a week. No, not a week. But you will, in time, be able to get so wide that you're going to have to move your feet. They won't be able to be together anymore. You're like, Chris, I reached my limit. Now you got to start moving your feet out too, which is great. And that's where we're going to aim to. But that's further down the line. Today, you did great. It's Wednesday. The week is halfway over. I know the weather looks, you know, we dread sometimes the snow because we got to go out and clean it off and stuff like that. There's a lot of beauty in snow too, right? And when it's dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that white layer that just brightens everything up is amazing. So sometimes it sucks, but there's beauty even in things that aren't always considered great, right? So go out today, find the thing that's beautiful for you, and hey, shoot us a message and let us know. So, you know, send us a pic. Say, hey, Chris, look what I found. I saw this beautiful tree covered in snow, whatever it is. Those are the things we love to see, and we want to see you out there getting fit, being happy, right? Because that's key. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. Have yourself a good day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. All right, awkward sign-off time. Bye, everybody.